Kurt Cobain was the John Lennon of the 90s. He died way too young and wrote many, many fantastic tracks throughout his short career, some released, some unreleased. So let's take a look at the album that started Nirvana's career, Bleach. Bleach was Nirvana's first attempt at creating a full studio album, with 2 tracks from their Blue EP thrown into the mix. When the album was first released, it didn't sell many copies by any means at all, but the re-release from 1992 did far better with sales and on the charts, even hitting number 22 on the official Finnish charts and number 26 in the ARA charts. The album eventually hit number 1 on the US Top Catalog Albums Billboard charts in 1994. The album's overall style is a mix of punk and early grunge. These 2 genres weren't very big at the time, which explains the lack of success for such a great album. Now let's take a look at the track list. The album starts out with Blue, a track that was on their previous EP. The song starts out with a nice, smooth bass line from Chris, and leads into Kurt's heavy guitar playing and Chad's loud and slow drum work. This style is definitely used quite a bit throughout the album, but the tracks still manage to be unique and stick out with this dark and grimy style. If you aren't into that dirty sound of grunge, you could always listen to Bleach's golden track, About a Girl. It has a nice and calm guitar and bass with a slow rhythmic drum beat from Chad. The sound of the lyrics are the most likely reason the track became one of Nirvana's biggest hits. A slow calm song about a girl in the 90s? That just screams hit to me. With songs like these, the album was definitely an underappreciated gem, having some of Kurt's best lyrical content and vocal deliveries. Tracks like Negative Creep and Paper Cuts just show how loud and aggressive but beautiful Kurt's vocals can be, and how intelligent his writing could be for such a sloppy genre of music like grunge. The only issue I have with the album is the flow. The tracks don't exactly transition into each other smoothly. For example, About a Girl leads into School. This transition sounds pretty unnatural while you're listening to the album. However, this doesn't affect the music in any way. It's just how they mix the track list. This is forgivable to some extent considering it's their first full-length album. So my final rating for Bleach is a 9 out of 10. I definitely suggest picking this album up if you ever have the opportunity. It's a perfect album for any fan of grunge, metal, punk. It has such a wide audience it can go to. That's what makes this album so great. So I definitely suggest buying it. If you ever get the chance, just please give it a listen. It's Nirvana at its finest. That's all I gotta say. I genuinely like to thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this video and listening to my amateur review of Nirvana's Bleach album. Stay tuned for future PRM reviews and uploads.